That's the established GPS. I'm just stretching. About to do the Texas 100-degree mile. We're running a mile in Texas weather. It's 100 degrees, no shade, no nothing. We just running, no water, no breaks. And I want to take y'all along with me. Hold on, I wanted to do something too. I ain't stretched one of my ankles out good enough. It's getting tight. All right, let's get that fixed. Right in there. You don't wanna, you don't wanna be running. You pull a hamstring. There you go. Heard that pop. That's me busting a bubble. Let's continue. And I don't have no music. Usually I be playing my music. Not today. When I run, I like to have a breathing rhythm. 2 deep breaths in, or 3 deep breaths in, and blow and breathe out twice. Or 2 deep breaths in, and then breathe out 3 times. My fucking shoes untied. Alright, now I'm about to knock these motherfuckers like I used to. Damn shoes came on time. See, I used to have them like this. When I started doing that again, that's when they started messing up on me. I don't even know if y'all was able to see that. Let's go. Texas 100-degree, baby. Let me know if y'all can hear me. I got the mic in my head. The hardest thing to control when you're running is your breathing. It's That's why a lot of people can't do it. It hurts. A lot of people can't breathe and run or breathe and walk because that shit hurt. It don't be feeling good. But once you put your body through it, your body gets to a point where it don't matter. And all you're doing is just one step at a time, one breath at a time. I'm gonna make up for all the times that I stop, like stoppage time. I don't like stopping. I like going, getting it done, get it over with. If I die, I die on top. So y'all can't see. Second lap, y'all. We're on the second lap. That first lap was a warm-up. All the stopping that I did, that was in the warm-up lap. That was warm-up lap. So it ain't no more stopping. Not even if I gotta pee, I'm gonna piss myself. Smell like cat shit, cat piss. You gotta fight through all that. I'm gonna say this before I forget. People let their animals be dirty. Animal be dirty, that's because you're dirty too. And you just don't want people to judge you or to know that it's you. So you blame it on the animal. Oh, that's just what they do. Third lap. Third lap. I find I'm running more downhill in this direction because When I was running in the other direction, I felt like I was running uphill the whole time. But this motel is built on a hill. You just can't tell which part unless you're walking or running on it. Because if you're just sitting there, you'll think it's on flat. But it ain't. Shit is a fucking hill. But this way, at least it's downhill. 1 mile done. 1 mile done, y'all. We got one more lap to go. Texas 100 degrees. 1 mile. One more lap. We did it, y'all. We just passed the goal line. They gave us the green for the purple flag. That's the last lap flag. Pick up the pace a little bit. It's about 75% speed. Because I'm tired. We on the last lap. Last turn. Come on, Brian. Crazy ass white boy. Whew. We did it. Whew. Whew. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We did it. We did it. 1.24. $13. No, what the fuck? I'm trying to stunt real quick. I'm gonna take my shirt off. Everything's sticking to me. I'm about to take my shirt off. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That wind feels so good on my fat ass. Run 1 lap, walk 1 lap. Don't run and then stop when you're done and then sit down. Boy, you will get sick. Your body will go into shock. It's like driving a car and crashing. You can't stop 100 miles an hour in an instant without causing internal damage. 4 lights. We did it, y'all. Mission accomplished. I can't see nothing. Y'all see something? I don't see nothing. Mission accomplished. Yeah. did it. Texas 100. 1 mile. It's 100 degrees in Texas. So your body's gonna go through the most extraneous type of intensity in the heat already. So if you challenge yourself and you put yourself to a run or a small little 10-minute workout, it's gonna give your body that motherfucking white blood cells like you never even had it. It will give you so much white blood cells, putting yourself through a lot of tension and stress in this heat. You don't even know what age. But the heat is good for the body. It's 100 degrees in Texas. So copyright. I be listening to rock and roll all day, y'all. That's what I listen to. That's my shit. That's my jam. Texas 100. We did it. Oh shit. My bad. We did it. We did it. We did a mile. We did almost 2 miles in 100 degrees. We did one lap, warm up, and then 4 more after that. And then we walked the lap. Finish everything off. That's the Texas 100. 100 degrees in Texas heat. And whoever was there with me, that was like a little magic school, something that we just did. And we did it together as a group. You know? You go together in a group, every scheduled time, they do the same thing. Call it whatever you want to call it. That's a ritual. That's a time where you get together and you perform whatever you performing. You want something to happen, they want something to happen too. They want riches and wealth and salvation. You want riches, salvation, and wealth too. You want financial stability, right? You want economic freedom. You want salvation. What's the difference? They made you stop practicing spirituality so you can help them practice whatever they practicing. You ain't even able to practice your spirituality because you helping them practice witchery. We spiritual. They witchual. They go whichever which way, no matter how, no matter how it hurt who, and they do it whichever which way. They do the witchery. We do it spiritually. You eat the flesh, you drink the blood. That's you eat the flesh, you drink the blood. Why you think it's not being allowed in school anymore? Because that has nothing to do with what they're practicing. They tell you that church and state is separate, but the first place they do is run to the prayer house. Whenever they want you to help them get to wherever they want to go, wherever they want to put you into the groups and perform these collective rituals ever so often, they go straight to the prayer house. They got their head witch or their head warlock talk to the congregation, which is y'all. Y'all go every Sunday. You break bread, which is the flesh. You drink wine or grape juice, which is the blood, and you pray all together in one group. Witchcraft. Witchcraft. Oh no, but it's under the guise of, who's the dude that painted Jesus? Yeah, it's under the guise of that. So that's okay, right? As long as you're doing it to that, because it's basically saying you're praying to their God. You ain't praying to your God. You ain't praying to the earth. You ain't praying to the spirits. You ain't praying to the beings and the actual source of life. You're praying to a person that they tell you to uphold. Why do you think it's not being taught in school? They had to stop it from being taught in school, right? They want to make you think, right? They want to make you think that it's separated from state, right? But it's not. And they still use it. They want you to believe that the rapture is coming. They want you to believe that the rapture is coming. They want you to be in fear, and they want you to live life in fear and think that the rapture is coming. The rapture already came. The rapture already came. Y'all know the book of Enoch? His books, more than one book. You know, they talk about the book of Enoch. He got more than one book. All his books talk all about that stuff. I can't get deep into it because it's it's too touchy of a subject, and I'm not trying to get my account, further restricted than it already is. I only got 4 likes and 1 person in here, so I'm trying to keep I'm trying to keep the peace with YouTube and the algorithms, right? But certain things in my notes that I took down that I can actually say. But if you watch this on the repeat, we did the Texas 100 degrees. We did the 1 mile. And now we talking about the rapture in this second part right here. It's gonna be a long live. I'm gonna be on here for a while. And yeah, it's just me, but that's cool. Jesus is one person, right? All the hidden truth, they removed his books from the books, right? They removed his books from the books, which is what the Bible is, right? The Bible is just the books, right? Yes, he had more than one books, right? Your leaders of your prayer houses and circles, they can't go past a certain part of the Bible because they need you to stay right there. They need you to stay where you are, right? Circling like a dog chasing its tail instead of spiraling forward past all that other shit, forward past the circle, right? Wishing and waiting for a rapture. They want you to think that the rapture is coming, but the rapture is gone and happened already. But they removed all that stuff from the previous Bibles before they rewrote it because they need to have people thinking that a Messiah is coming so they can keep going to church every Sunday. They can keep living in fear. They can keep watching these commercials and they can keep feeding the beast of Babylon, right? Because if they really cared and they really, gave a damn, they wouldn't be having all this propaganda. They wouldn't be doing all of this manipulation, right? But you have to understand, it's not about money. It's about control and it's about resources. Earth has trees. Earth has gold. Gold is a perfect 100% insulator and a conductor for portals and space travel. Gold. That's why you see a lot of mines. That's why you see a lot of people digging. They always looking for something. They always digging for something, right? And the people that are digging and the people that are looking for stuff on this planet, they're not from this planet. We're gonna get into that spirit science topic on another live. But that brings me into my next subject of courage, right? Let me change my thing here. You have not the courage to be yourself. How do you expect the ability to have or to be able to be somebody else? You don't have the courage to be yourself. How do you expect to have the courage or the capacity to be able to be somebody that you're absolutely not? You would rather stifle my power. You would rather stifle my ability to live. You would rather stifle my ability to breathe because you want to have my lungs, but you can't breathe my air. You want to stop me from moving forward. You want to stop my forward movement by trying to cut my legs or cause me to get into an accident. But you can't drive my car. You can't fit my shoes. You can't walk a mile like I just ran to Texas 100 degrees in 1 mile. You can't do it. You can't do it. But you want to stop me from doing it. You don't have the courage to live your own life. They don't have the courage to do their own thing. They don't have the courage to actually create from their own soul. So they wait till I record. They wait till I put stuff out. They wait till we do this and they wait till we do that. They wait till you do you. And then they start running after you. And they start portraying whatever you portray as if it's theirs. But like Sauron in that ring of power is going to corrupt them. And all that is eventually going to get back to the rightful owner. It's always going to want to get back to who it belongs to. Power don't give a damn about the people that's wielding it. Power gives a damn about the one that's in control of the power. You're not gonna see somebody wait. You're not gonna see somebody wielding the ring of power and be stronger than Sauron. You're not gonna see somebody have a crystal ball and be wiser than Saruman. That's why when Pettigrew took Pippin, when he touched the crystal ball, it corrupted his whole body. He didn't even know what the heck was going on. It immediately took over him. So when they doing their little prayer groups and they go into the prayer house and they trying to stifle your courage, they try to take your forward movement out. They trying to make it so you can't breathe. They trying to make it so you can't progress because they want to progress as you. If they can zip you down like Rick and Morty when they was doing the Clone Wars and the ugly looking beast of a clone wanted to try and strip everybody down and take their skin, he couldn't do it because it's not him. The plan ultimately failed. It blew up in his face. And guess who did it? The wooden people. The people of the wood. Shire folk. I forgot the name of the guy that protects the wood. Anyway, that's the dude. Them is the ones. The wood is the ones that took that out. If they could zip your ass down and take your skin off and wear it like a jacket, they would. But because they can't, They try to stop you from doing you. They try to stop you from living. They try to stop me from breathing. They try to stop you and stifle. That's not how the universe works. You're supposed to be you. You're supposed to see and learn from other people's mistakes and other people's achievements. That way you can understand and better get an understanding of you. Yes, I've been working out in the gym for a long ass time. I don't know if that's a real account, but yeah, I've been working out for a long ass time. And I would like to say too, the way that people also use your courage against you and abuse you, be aware. Be very aware of falling in love. I've been telling y'all this since 2020, since after I, got out of my relationship and started doing my, personal healing journey. This is not the time to be getting into relationships. This is not the time to be falling in love, right? Because you see how quick a lot of people are falling into relationships. I see how, like, so many people, they're getting into relationships and they're having children, and then the relationship is being ruined, right? So you're being used as like an alien versus predator. When that thing straps on around your face and then it fucking inserts an egg into your mouth and then you breathe somebody else's child, but then you're ultimately destroyed. I see a lot of empty vessels. A lot of tarot readers, they're now moving like empty vessels. People jumping into relationships in the industry, they're moving like empty vessels. They're getting into these false ass relationships. And I've been saying don't get into no relationship with nobody because you know the veil is thin. So as above, so below. There's a veil beneath us as well. And those entities are also able to come up. And however you're able to be lowered in your frequency or your defenses, you might think your frequency and your defenses aren't being lowered until somebody comes in and they're running amok and you're like, damn, I gotta get rid of this person. Damn, my life didn't start doing this till I met this person. And this didn't happen until I started talking to this person. And I'm taking notes every time something go wrong. So I know since I've been talking to this person, this shit been happening. I know since I moved there or went there or did this event or did that party, this shit started going on. I know after I went on that date, my motherfucking ear started itching. And my motherfucking ear ain't itching years. And the last time my ear itched, some shit went down, right? So beware of falling in love because you might find somebody that you think is your perfect match, but they've been stalking you like a prey, right? You're their prey. And I've seen this happen to my sister, right? You get stalked like a prey and you get harassed until you wore down and then say, yeah. And then now, whatever the hell they say, that's basically law in your life, right? Like, I was just being nice the other day talking to somebody and exchange numbers. I didn't give him my real number because I know how that be. So I gave him a fake number. And then I see the person dancing outside the fucking window. Cause I like my phone be overheating. Keep my shit by the AC. So when I go to check it, that's literally my intuition and my motherfucking angels just working, right? They go to the window and check your phone. I ain't hear no bing, I ain't hear no beep, no notification. I just went it. I got my music playing, smoking my herb, my hemp, not weed, it's hemp. I stopped smoking weed. There's no more weed, right? But anyway, go check my phone. I see the person out there dancing by the damn trash can. And I'm like, that's mad. Like it's already giving me red flag weird vibes, right? And then they walk towards the highway and then they turn back around and then they just spinning around. And I'm like, yo, if anybody was in their lustful state or their lustful mind, they would have fallen for that shit. They would have been, you know, head over heels thinking that it's a beautiful princess or whatever the hell it is out there dancing, right? And boom, I'm like, why you out there dancing? Like, LOL, being cordial. Oh, just walking. I ain't using no names, so nobody can't tell me I'm talking about them or anything like that. I'm just telling a story about what happened and how it's easy for people to think that you're falling in love when people are love bombing you. They're saying everything perfect. You think that everything is perfect, nothing is wrong. Y'all don't have nothing to build on. And not to say that, it should be things to build on, but it's like nobody is perfect. So how the hell is it that you're in a perfect relationship at a convenient time that the earth is supposed to be waking up and going to war with the parasites that's on the planet, infesting your mind, your body, your soul, and your spirit with sweet talks and relationships? The same old relationships of yesterday are the same old sweet lie relationships that people are falling for today. Let me stop this because I don't want the time to keep going. I don't cheat myself. I'm done. The run done. I stopped the timer. I just, forgot. It wasn't counting steps or nothing like that. So it ain't add on no extra mile or nothing like that. But just looking at it, I'm looking at the fucking map and the run status, right? But yeah, you're getting into your relationships this year up until the end of 2027 heaven. When you reach 2027, you're gonna realize your relationship is either fake or it has been fake, and you're now realizing how I had to realize that, damn, it's too late. I'm already waist deep in this shit. So I can't get out. And it ain't no way out. So now I got to turn to prayer and ask and beg God to deliver you or to deliver me from this relationship that I got into, because I didn't think, oh, because the veil is thin and all this positive stuff is coming, the veil is also thin below, because as above, so below. So all the dark energy and all the dark forces from below, they're also able to come through, and they're also able to portray themselves as if they're an angel. They're also able to portray themselves as if they're a good person. They're also able to portray themselves as kind. They're able to do all this stuff. They're able to do, they're able to portray and play all these roles and do all these things, just like how the angels do. But the thing about it is, the angels, they're not going to try, or they're not going to perceive themselves to be as perfect as the relationships is perceiving themselves to be. And I seen this energy. I know this energy. I know it, right? So with the person dancing outside going crazy, and I'm, happen to notice, because I'm getting told by my spirit team, like, alert, alert, alert. That's why when I was on live and I was talking what I was talking, and I made my video. Shout out to the person that wrote that comment. I bumped my knee. That's a notification. I was talking about that like miles ago on my podcast. When you get the notifications, you might get a headache, you might bump your toe, you might get a little paper cut or whatever. But that's your body, and that's your team sending you notifications. Or you might sneeze, or you might cough, or whatever, right? A random ass sneeze out of nowhere, but that's your team letting you know shit is going on and somebody is doing something, and it didn't work. So this is what happened. You get a little fucking cough, or you get a sneeze, or you stub your toe, or you bump your knee, because that's the that's the gust of what you had to take on. But the gusto of what they have to deal with is the heaviness of the spell that they try to cast upon you. And I know this energy. I can see it in the person's eyes. I can see it in their face, how their facial structure is, the weight, the weight distribution of their face. Like, they're not in shape. Like, these people are never in shape, right? They're never in shape, and they're always. It's like, it's wrong, but you can't never tell where it's wrong, because it's part of pathological lying. It's always to keep you questioning your first thought. Brings me to my next thing, because I figured it out, right? Beware of falling in love. It is not the time. Still, I know it's hard. It's hard for me too. But why? The veil, the demons, the cards, the labyrinth of my mind is no longer going like this. It's going like this, as I want it to move. So I'm able to see all the things that I wasn't able to see for the past couple of years. I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for the past couple of years. And I'm grateful. because I'm able to see past a lot of shit that's been going on in my life and in other people's lives. Y'all want to call yourselves the collective? Well, I see the shit that's going on in y'all lives too, and I'm here to enlighten you because we ain't the Illuminati. We the illuminated ones. We bring light to the Masons that built the prison that you're currently trapped in. I see so many people shift from their dreams to their passions and falling into relationships so fast. And I know the demon that is that which you may not, wait, you may well have. I was writing the poetry, right? Let me read that again. I know the demon that is that which you may well have. I know the demon that is that which you may well have. They compliment you to a T. They know you so well, like somebody who knows their enemy. The thing that made my marriage so happy for me in the moment that it was happening was because I didn't know my wife. Every single day was another day that I got to know her. Every single day was another opportunity for us to get to know each other. If that relationship was as how these relationships are today, it would have never even worked because I would have known that that was a demon. The only reason the relationship failed was because of family shit and evil eye and evil talking and negativity and unsupporting and unlove, right? I never had the fucking support. Never. You can call it whatever you want. But I see people have support. I see people, families going through the worst shit in the world, and their fathers and their mothers are still giving them the love and the support, still able. It's like, yeah, they take care of the bills and the responsibilities, but they still find time to just sit there and be proud of their children. They have the time to sit there and not belittle them and tell them that they're never gonna be nothing or they're never gonna amount to nothing because this and that, and using anger and and abuse and mental abuse, right, to try and make them fall in line. They don't use that belittling, the stuff that women do to men. They don't do that to their children. And I see that. And a part of me, sometimes I still shed a tear because I always wanted to have a family like the family that I see on TV, like the family that I've been preaching about for the past 6 years. I did that. And I humbly did it as an aunt with the confidence of knowing who I am. I wasn't stepping on anybody's toes. I wasn't portraying somebody that I'm not. The same way that I was yesterday is just refined with dragon flames today. So my words, they're heavier because now I know myself even more. So that anything that I say is a lot heavier than yesterday, right? So I look at those families and I look at those people and I look at that stuff and I look at how they're supported and how they're loved and how they come together. They do whatever they can to come together. I never had that. There was always witchcraft and unbelieving and getting blamed for this or getting targeted for that or getting told this or getting cussed out because of that. right? My father, I think about this now a couple of times. I haven't thought about this, but I've been thinking about this a couple of times. Like my father told me one time he felt like nobody cared about him. But I call my father all the time. I text my father all the time. I talk to y'all about my father all the time, even when it's like this. Nobody in here. On all my platforms, I talk about my father. I put my father in my songs and everything. Even if it's not all positive, it's talking about my life experience, but it's still my experience with my father. So that another child that's gonna listen to my music in the future can hear how somebody else related with their father, if they might not have a father, or if they have a father and they're going through certain situations or life scenarios. I call my father all the time. I text my father all the time. I tell my father all my like I used to tell my father everything. And then he told me nobody care about him. But I was with my father when we was in Brooklyn in a house of 12 people. My sister was good, already a citizen. But for some reason, maybe me being there made him not see that that's his son that was there with him. Maybe he saw that that was one of his friends or one of the people that was holding him back. That's why I don't like asking my father for stuff, because I feel like a burden. I don't want to feel like a burden. I took that get your own that my father taught me. I took all of that. I took that shit to heart. I don't even ask people for stuff. Nowadays, people give me stuff or offer me shit. I'd be like, nah, especially if it's free. Because I know the price of being honest, but I also know the price of lying. A lot of content creators and people who never had real love. I want to make sure this is real clear. Many content creators and people who never had real love is about to bite an apple that will have them sleep, getting used and abused, and they won't be able to do anything about it but sit there and cry, like in the Sunken Place, that movie where that black dude sunken in the chair, right? Oh, I'm gonna say that again. Many content creators and people who've never had real love is about to bite an apple that will have them sleep, getting used and abused, while they can only watch tears in their eyes. Yeah, they're paying for their lies and manipulation. Those same clients are the same people that I'm talking about that's getting into relationships with people that think that they're finding their true love. Your clients might be um a disgruntled client that didn't get what you told them that was going to happen, and now you in a relationship with them thinking that you met them overseas and now you're living together and this, that, and the third, but you are about to become one of those fatal attraction episodes. You're going to see a lot of content creators in fatal attraction episodes. Yeah. hmm A lot of content creators are going to be on that first 48 fatal attraction because they don't know, the devil knows how angel operate. They don't know that demons know how good people operate and how they ignore bad apples and how they give forgiveness to people that do wrong all the time. They see how they're naive towards the world and how it's going now. So any demon can jump in anybody's face and say, yo, and then y'all fall in love with the demon that you should have never been with in the first place. I'm gonna get back on here. I'm gonna go take a shower. I'll be by the hour. I'm gonna take a shower. We did it. Let me know if y'all want to do another Texas 100 1 mile run with your boy, Trill Sinatra, the Evening Star, Lieutenant 7, Left Hand of God, Son of God, Water Baby, Moon Children, Sun Blood, Heaven and Earth, Woman, Child, Man, Eternal Light. Shout out to Kala, my Amin Ra. Shout out to Dane Calloway. Shout out to Rashad Jamal. Shout out to Natija. Shout out to Brittany. Shout out to my Reiki master healer. She is heaven sent. Anytime she release a video, I'm watching it. I'm there, in class, front row, and she always help heal me. And I be posting her stuff so y'all can see it too. Mama Oa, she's a genius, man. Like, she's the reason why I got on here and started telling people, you know, adding into the things that we need to be able to do as a y'all want to say collective, right? But I want to say as a unit. If the woman don't know Reiki, she needs to learn Reiki, right? Just like how Katara might have wanted to fight, but Zuko might have wanted to learn how to do waterbending, because if he could waterbend, he would be a much stronger warrior than Katara was, right? So you got to deal with what you got, and you got to be appreciative for what you have. Women are healers, so take charge in what you can do. So when we're on the front line, you don't have to be, I'm in my masculine era, or I'm a man, but you're a female, right? You're supposed to be helping the man be a man on the front line, right? Well, we get it. We get it. We have a lot of men that want to be women and a lot of women that want to be men, but that's cool. But if you don't agree with that, at least do your part to help whoever is on the front line. We're fighting on the front line, and you're in the back arguing about shit that don't matter, right? Like, do you want to fall in love? Cool. That's what you should be talking about. We on the front line fighting for love. You want to be in toxic relationships? That's what they talking about back there on them motherfucking podcast tables where they ain't making no money. Ain't nobody listening to them no more. You used to get paid for views after pay-per-view. Now people see that their view is paying you, so they're now realizing what I've been saying for 10, 20, 30 years. Stop paying attention and let the dead bury the dead.